sir.
Yeah, can you go in the PowerPoint mode or the slideshow mode?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Thank you.
And yeah.
Yes, I can see that.
Thanks for accepting your invitation. And
thank you, sir.
Dr. Amudha will introduce, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, sir. Good morning to one and all. So it's my privilege to introduce Mr. Sunil Sethia, the Executive Director of Chennai CBDB region of BNI. Mr. Sunil is passionate about learning and strongly believes in sharing his knowledge with the world through his training programs, speeches, blogs and books. A successful investor himself, he has helped numerous clients to develop their ideas into successful profit-making businesses. Through platforms like BNI and Passionista, he brings like-minded people together and helps to build powerful professional networks. Mr. Sunil is the lead coach, trainer at Passionista Training Services, an academy that provides professional guidance to aspiring entrepreneurs and budding business leaders. Recently, Mr. Sunil has entered into the ranks of published authors. Mr. Sunil started his career as a chartered accountant specializing in fraud detection. Over the years of his interactions with multiple companies brought out his natural aptitude for business. Mr. Sunil deems himself to be one of the fortunate few in India to have acquired the opportunities that led him to where he is today. Some of the milestones that Mr. Sunil is proud to have achieved in and for these organizations is he has served 500 organizations and filed over 1 lakh items. He has achieved 900 investments in the world BNI. As a passionate man, he has trained 200 entrepreneurs and initiated 20 successful businesses. I will prepare the way to another trainer, coach, and investor and philosopher is here with Mr. Sunil Sethia.
Thank you. Hello.
Yeah, please
Hello.
proceed, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Amudha. And before I move forward, I'd like to say thank you again to the whole management of the college. And I was there in the college and I've met Principal Sir and Vice Principal Sir. So thank you so much once again. And I'd like to personally thank Mr. SRINIVASAN, the chairman of the whole institution, Dr. Shekhar, the principal, and Mr. Janaki, the vice principal, and Amudha for connecting all of us. Thank you so much, friends, and I'd like to share my journey in entrepreneurship and how and what are the lessons I learned and what are the things I've went through in life personally. And then I came here and now I'm the executive director of BNI, where there are 900 plus entrepreneurs. So what is the whole journey of entrepreneurship and what is the fun in entrepreneurship? So I'd like to share those things, but to begin with, that's what I always believe. It's not about ideas. It's about making ideas happen. All of us have ideas. All of us have ideas to become something in life. Say, for example, today, when you were a student, you wanted to become an engineer. That was an idea, right? You had an idea, and every idea, you have to work on it and make it happen. So no idea becomes reality if you're not going to work towards it or work for it. So it's very important to understand that we all have ideas. As human beings, we are never short of ideas. But what we get short on is action. We don't take steps to make things happen. And that is where sometimes we fall short of what we want to do. So next slide, sir, please. So everything is an idea, and what we miss out is implementation. So let me tell you, friends, ideas are free. Ideas are absolutely free. There are tons and tons of ideas which people have. But what are we doing with those ideas? Are we taking these ideas and implementing and taking our life ahead? I don't know that. But then we all have ideas. As human beings, we have ideas. But again, implementation is the key. Ideas are free. Let me tell you, as human beings, two of you are sitting, and what are you discussing? Ideas. Right? We are talking to your friends, you're discussing ideas. You're talking to your teachers, students, friend circle, family, you're always discussing ideas. Some idea or the other, some thought. So idea is just a thought. But then that thought to become an action, right? And then to result. So idea, action leads to result. But if you're not going to take to action, then there's no result for that idea. So let me tell you, when I was young and I was in school and I used to have a lot of ideas to make money, and I never knew how to make money. And then I stumbled upon certain things, and then I found that, hey, I can actually make money. So what happened was, I never used to go to, yeah, I studied in a school, and there were some students who would love to go and go for parties and go for movies. I was not that kind of a guy who would love to go for movies and go to parties and all those stuff. And I was not so well off. My family was not so well off, and we were still living in joint family, as a house of around 500 square feet with 25, 30 people living in that whole small home. And that is where I began. And if you ask me, whenever I used to have and want, I would go and say, Dad, I want this. And Dad will say, very soon we'll get it for you. So this was a situation where, yes, my dad used to spend. He ensured that I go to a good school. He ensured that I go to a good educational institution. But then it was not that whenever I have an ask or ask for something, it was always there. No, not always. So we had our own challenges and situations. So it always there that, hey, I would love to have money in my pocket where I can go and spend for what I want to spend. So I always wanted, and I loved food. I loved eating food, going to newer places, newer joints, street food, and always dreamed of going to a five-star hotel and maybe just go there and have a coffee, tea, but never could have the money to go there and sit, even as a child. So somewhere in the fifth standard and sixth standard, I just found that some of the students, they were wearing some amazing belts, the leather belts that we all have. And in the school, we have the school belt, but some of the students came with a different kind of a belt. And it was surprising because they had some designs on the belt. So I went and asked them, so where did they buy that? And they told me that, hey, they bought it at some place where, where they actually spend a lot of money. I went out and found out the base of the belt, that means the leather belt, is bought at X price. The buckle can be bought at X price. And then I can get some studs and designer stones and place on that. I started to do that. I used to go buy the belt, the buckle, and put the stones and designs and everything. And
So what about audio, sir?
uh, hello, hello,
Yeah.
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you hear
Yeah,
me?
please proceed. Yeah, please
Okay.
proceed, sir.
So what I did was, I used to design those belts, make those belts from my own hand, and started to sell it. And then I found that those point of time, greeting cards was a craze, and a lot of companies who used to manufacture greeting cards. But then all the wordings were not what my friends would love. So I started to write poems, short one-liners, and all those things. Used to make greeting cards with my own hands and started to sell it to my own friends. So that's how my journey of entrepreneurship started way back in school. And people used to pay some handsome money. And you know what I used to do with that money? I always used to go out and spend it on food. And only one thing I did was go out to new joints, new restaurants, new place where I can afford all those things. And then I also used to spend a lot of money on stationery, pens and papers, because that is what was getting me more and more money. So this is what ideas are free, but what is important? Implementation. I know we all need money. Money is one of the very important things today in life, but it is not everything in life. And I'll tell you in the next slide. So next slide, sir.
So one
So
second, please.
yeah. So the next slide I'm going to speak about is
One second.
why.
One second, sir.
Right? Why? So the why that I had when I was doing my entrepreneurship in the school, the why was very simple. I wanted to earn money. Why? Because I can afford having food, having some nice chaat items and idlis and dosas and go there and have it. So the why was for me in the beginning, as a student, as a child, was can I afford that new pen? The pilot pen. At that point of time, pilot pen was craze, and a new color pencils that's coming, and to go out and have dinner, lunch, and to the ice creams. So my why was limited to myself, only me. What is it I am looking for? What is it I want? So that is the why. And then in my journey, I was an outstanding student, always standing outside the class, naughty, mischievous, and suddenly some turn of events happened, and I became a studious very, very studious student. And then I went on to become an outstanding student. I was a gold medalist in school, and then I went on to become a chartered accountant. So now the why became, how can I help my clients? And I started to focus on helping my clients, and that helped me to get a lot of money. Again, I used to get that money, again go to the restaurants, have some nice food, because from childhood that was my very important why. And still, yes, I was making now as a chartered account decent amount of money, and slowly I started to look out and see, hey, this why is okay, but but then the next level is again important. How can I help my clients? And the day and the moment I started to realize that, hey, I'm here to help my clients, my fee started to go up, because I was adding value to my clients, and they saw value in my product and service, and they came back again and again and again. And that actually helped me to think as to what is my why. And my why became to help my clients. And how can I help my clients? And then turn of events, a lot of things have happened. But let me tell you, the why is important. The why, when it expands, the more and more bigger the why or the challenge that you're facing or situation, and then you can handle that situation, that is very important. So why are you doing what you are doing, and why do you want to be an entrepreneur? And that's something very important. It's not for the money. Yeah, money is there, money is definitely there, but you can take up any profession, any job, and still money is there. But why entrepreneurship? And let me tell you, entrepreneurship or business is an adventure. It's an adventure. It's an amazing, amazing adventure sport. You don't know what's going to come next. You don't know what's coming next. The next moment, the next day, the next week, the next month. And that's very important. And the why. Why are you doing what you're doing? That's going to keep you on your course, on your journey to continue doing what you're doing. Because it's not easy to be an entrepreneur. But then the why, if it is strong, you want to impact lives of people, you want to help others to come up in life, you want to impact the society, you want to impact the country, and if that big is your why, then you go on to achieve something substantial in life. So start with why. And there's an amazing book for those of you who can read. It's an amazing book by Simon Sinek, Simon, Simon, Sinek. And plus, you can go on YouTube and watch this video titled Start with Why. It's very important, because if you get this right, this piece right, you get everything right. And so, how big is your why? Why are you doing what you're doing? And this why, the bigger the motivation, the bigger the power, the bigger the energy. Mahatma Gandhi had a why. He wanted to free India. That was what he wanted. And he wanted, because he has gone through this uh, discrimination in the hands of white. And he asked this question to himself, if I, as an individual, am able to understand or go through this situation and feel very bad, how a whole country must be actually going through and facing this challenge? So, how big is your why? And if the why is really big, you can impact, and you will make lots and lots of money. Is a byproduct. Money, and let's next slide, sir. So next slide, I'll explain why money is a byproduct. Money is not the more main thing in life. All the business owners are solving a problem. If you understand really, every business is solving a problem in the society. Every business is solving a problem in the society. And what is the problem? As an individual, as an organization, as a team, you would love to solve in the world. The smaller the problem you solve, the smaller is the money you earn. The bigger the problem you solve, the bigger the money you receive. So what is the problem you're solving? Now, Facebook was started uh, by Mark. He just wanted to solve a problem, and the problem he wanted to solve was how people can stay in connect with their friends. And that was a simple thing, but it was a problem, because societies are moving away from each other. Technology was taking over. So he wanted to use or bridge that gap by bringing friends together. In fact, he never wanted to start a business. In fact, he gave this idea to his friend. That's what we say, ideas are free, implementation is the key. He never ever wanted to get into business. He wanted to give this idea to his friends and said, hey, why don't you guys do this? But then nobody took action. So he said, okay, if nobody is taking action, I am going through this problem. I'm not in touch with my friends and family members. So what can I do, and how can I do things differently, which can keep me in connect with my friends and family? And that's how Facebook started. It was a problem. There was a problem which Mark wanted to solve. And today it's a Facebook, WhatsApp. You can name anything, Ola, Uber, your OYO rooms. They're all looking to solve a problem, and in solving that problem, not just for themselves, but for the world around. So, in management parlance, you'll always hear this. So, what is your market? If the problem that you're solving and the whole world is your market, then you know that you're solving a very big problem. But the problem that you're looking to solve is a smaller problem, is just for a unique set of people, and you have a smaller market. So what is the problem you need to solve? So initially when I started getting inside, and I told you the problem that I had was my food, just my stomach. I was focusing on my taste. So I was earning money limited to what I wanted to earn so that I can solve that problem. And then slowly it became that my client's problem became my problem. And then I started to earn more money. So when I became part of BNI, which is a forum where entrepreneurs come together to help each other, I was just a member there, also just a member, any other member. And then the chapter where I was a part went through some big challenges. There was a big problem, and the whole chapter fell down. And then I did the whole chapter. That means I solved a problem. Because I solved a problem, they gave me a better position. And then I became a director in BNI. And that gave me access to so many entrepreneurs. Today, as a chartered accountant, I'm very good in understanding numbers. But for me to understand business and business models, I didn't understand so many businesses. I was restricted to my clients and their businesses. But BNI gave me an access in understanding the problems of different business owners. What are the problems they solve? So the bigger the challenge you solve, the bigger is your gain. And let me tell you, money is a part of it. Learning is very important. You learn more to earn more. And there's something very interesting which Robert Kiyosaki speaks in his book, Rich Dad and Poor Dad. So if you really want to understand money, please read this book, Rich Dad and Poor Dad. He speaks about the bigger the challenge or bigger the problem you solve, the more the money you get. So what is the problem you're solving? And money by itself is a problem if you don't know how to handle it. So what's the problem you're solving? And that is going to help you to get tons and tons of money. So the problem, what is the problem you're solving in the world? So as a chartered accountant, I started to solve my client's problem. And then as a BNI director, I started to solve the problems of the entrepreneurs around me. And let me tell you now, today I'm entering so many more new businesses. We're starting this new venture called Pick a Book because I found and we found as friends that people are not getting the habit of reading books. This book reading, which actually helps all of us to become better human beings, it gives different perspectives. So there's a problem. People are not reading books. And what is the solution? How to bring this, how to build this community so that we can start building communities where people can start reading books. And that's all is a business model. A simple business model is an idea to impact lives of people. So we are here to impact lives, and this is for communities, students, colleges, institutions, and this is going to cater to the whole world where we think that hey, every individual in this world should be reading books. So there is a problem. Do you have a solution? You have a bigger solution. How big is the problem? How big is the solution? You have a big problem and a better solution for the problem, you make more money. So what is the challenge? What is the situation that you want to help people with? What is the problem in the world that you would love to help people with? Solve the problem. And let me tell you, all of us must be loving superstar Rajnikant. So why does what makes it him a superstar, right? What makes him a superstar? The bigger the villain, the bigger the villain he faces, the bigger the superstar he becomes, bigger the star he becomes. He never faces any small gundas. He only faces the biggest in the city, in the town, in the state, and that's what makes him a superstar. So if you really want to be a superstar, look for solving a big problem for the world, and then the world will pay you. Today, there's so many situations, so many places where you can add value the world. And that is what is going to help you to become an entrepreneur. So, what is the problem that you think you can solve for the world? Next slide, sir. Right. So let me tell you. So once my family after a point of time started to earn good money. We were in a safe zone, and I became a chartered accountant. So I got into a comfort zone. I said, okay, fine. Life is going pretty much well. I don't have to work hard. I used to get up for doing my chartered accountancy. I used to get up 4 o'clock in the morning and study till night 11 o'clock and 12 o'clock. I had to put in 4 years of real hard effort, hard work for me to become a chartered accountant. And then after I became chartered accountant, I saw my family, my dad, myself. We were in a safe zone. We got a home for ourselves. Dad was earning substantial money. I was earning some decent money. And I said, okay, my life is set. Now I don't have to do anything more. I think it's enough. And then life has its own way of testing you. And huge business losses happened. And I didn't have a choice. In fact, I used to get up at 10 o'clock in the morning. and sleep at night 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, whatever time I wish to, because uh, I was a chartered accountant, and I can actually dictate terms to my clients. Say I want to work only 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day, and then life pushed me into a situation where I didn't have a choice, because we had some amazing losses, and we had to sell our home, our everything, all the assets that we had, and nothing was left. And I was again standing on the streets, standing on the road. Didn't have an office, didn't have a home. Took up a new office on rent, a home on rent, and this is again very important. I was just telling my children, my clients came and gave me 1 year's fees in advance because I was solving their problem. If you become a problem solver for them, they will help you to solve your problems. And then life pushed me into a discomfort zone. Again, I started to think, as to know what can I do, because I need to earn money. Money was not important for me, but I need to earn the money to keep my life going. My children's school fees, education, everything is important. So it is very important to understand life will push you into discomfort zone. So if you really want to be successful, please understand growth is never in comfort zone. In comfort zone, it will take you to mediocrity. It will take you to a zone where you become average, you cannot grow. And when I was in school, I got into this comfort zone, that because all my friends around me used to speak only in Hindi. And then there was some inter-school competition, so I could not even speak a sentence in English, not a sentence in English. And then one of the incidents, it so happened that one of my friends, in playing a prank, a joke with me, a practical joke, he took my name and put it into the inter-school competition, and I could not even go on the dais and speak because I was not comfortable speaking in English. And that was the biggest challenge I had to face. And I faced humiliation. So I started to take newspaper and start standing in front of a mirror and start speaking to myself loudly. I put in a lot of effort. I was in a comfort zone. Speaking in Hindi was very comfortable. But I put into a discomfort zone to speak English. I was laughed at. People, friends around me laughed at me. They made jokes out of me because I was not good in English. My grammar was not good. But it took a lot of effort. And 2 years, I had to put in every effort till I was getting medals, the gold medals and the silver medals for going for inter-school competitions and winning those awards, the trophies. I went to dramatics and went to part in dramas and plays and all those efforts, and started to improve my English. So let me tell you, if you think, hey, எனக்கு தமிழ் மட்டும் தான் தெரியாது, எனக்கு எனக்கு தமிழ் தவிர வேற எதுவுமே தெரியாது, நான் எதுக்கு இங்கிலீஷ் கத்துக்கணும்? If you have to conquer the world, if you have to win the world, you need to speak the language which the world speaks. தமிழ்லயும் பேசலாம், தமிழ்ல பேசிட்டு நீங்க வாழ்க்கை மேல வரலாம், நான் வேணா சொல்ல. ஆனா ஒன்னு ரெண்டு எக்ஸ்ட்ரா லாங்குவேஜ் தெரிஞ்சுட்டு நீங்க போயிட்டு வெளிநாட்டுல போயிட்டு இங்கிலீஷ்ல பேசணும், எப்படி இருக்கும்? You need to put effort. For me, Tamil never came naturally. I went to a college, and then in school my English became really impeccable, superb, great. In fact, I didn't even speak Hindi. And then I went to college, and in the college, I used to get beaten up for speaking English because there Tamil had to be spoken. So அதுக்கப்புறம் நான் வந்து தமிழ் வந்து ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணேன் பேசுறதுக்கு. இல்லைன்னா தமிழ் பேசுறதுன்னு அடிப்பாங்க. So you have to put yourself in discomfort zone. If you don't take the choice of putting yourself in a discomfort zone, life will throw you into a discomfort zone. And I was again in a situation where I have lost everything, and life was in a discomfort zone. I had to put effort. I had to build my family. I had to build my assets. And this is the journey where actually now I started to look at it as a business. Till then, I was just a chartered accountant working alone, one people or two people in my office, and not too many people. And that is when the journey started. And the next point, sir, next slide. You need to take risk. The willingness to take risk is very important. Life shrinks and expands on the proportion of your willingness to take risk and try new things. Even in chartered accountancy, I was just focusing on filing of income tax returns and doing some very basic stuff which every chartered accountant do. I went ahead and got myself certified on internal audits. That's one kind of thing. Internal audit, fraud detection. A lot of frauds happen. I'm a certified fraud detector. I went and did extra courses now. I went to Mumbai because those courses are not available in Chennai. I started to learn more. I thought, once I become a chartered accountant, I've achieved a degree, I don't have to learn further. And then life has pushed me to a discomfort zone. I was pushed, and I said, if I have to earn more money, I have to look at what are the products and services I can offer that not everybody in the market is offering. And for that, you need to take risk. I went for internal audit classes, fraud detection, international taxation. I'm a diploma in information system audit. I went and got myself certified in a lot of new things. So, my dear friends, let me tell you, this is the age you can push yourself, learn more. This is the time in quarantine. You're sitting at home, many of us sitting at home, and we are just maybe you are doing YouTubing, WhatsApping, Facebooking, all good. But in all this technology, there's something new to learn. Are you learning something new through those technologies? And if you're learning something new through these technologies, I'm very happy. But if you're not learning something new, then maybe life is going to push you to learn. And let me tell you, if you slap yourself, it hurts less. But when life slaps you, it hurts a lot. And if you're not learning, life will slap you sometime. And those slaps are not easy to take. So my simple request, friend, take risk now. When you're young, take risk to learn something new. Take risk to try something new. Right? Risk means doesn't mean to go on the 10th floor of the building and jump from there. It is all calculated risk that you need to take. Risk to go ahead in life. And these risks are important because the risk is what is going to push you, right? And tough times never last. These situations are not going to last. But what are the lessons you have learned in this situation? Sitting at home, sitting at home, what is that you can learn? What are the new things that you learn? What are the new things that you can actually learn from each other? Just yesterday, I went and I was speaking to an inventor, a person who's an invention, and I saw that he's sitting at home and from home, whatever is available, he's making products out of it, which can be sold when the time is open. And this is what is very important. You need to take risk. You need to step up. You need to step up your game. Now, many of us must be playing video games. Am I right? Right. So when you're playing a video game, the level one, level two, level three, it's exciting to go to the next level, but the game starts to become difficult and difficult. Right? And studies, you can understand that. The syllabus of 7th standard is simple when you look from 10th standard. But then the 11th and 12th is still is there. So let me tell you, life is going to test you every time. It is going to test you, and you need to take those risks to come up in life. And business is all about taking risk. You need to take those risks to come up in life. Next slide, sir. Right? And business is an adventure sport. It is an adventure sport. And let me tell you, in life, there's no risk-free life. Life is filled with risk. People come and tell me, I want to do something, some business which is risk-free. There should not be any risk. I said, sorry, life le nariya risk இருக்கு. Life or risk. இன்னைக்கு இருக்கும் நாளைக்கு இல்ல. அதே ஒரு risk. In the situation, you don't know what's happening. So risk is part and parcel of life. And the more the risk or the bigger the risk you can take, bigger the rewards. Risk and reward are indirectly or directly proportionate. So bigger the risk and the bigger the rewards. And let me tell you, when you determine on the risk and you want to step up, you know the problem that you want to solve the world. There's so many problems you can solve. There's so many opportunities that will come your way. When you're going to the next level of playing the next level game, there's so many things that very simple. Your mobile phone is the biggest distraction in your hand. This technology you can use to help people, or this technology you can use to hurt yourself. You can help yourself and help the world through the technology, or this technology can distract you. You think, hey, let me just open up a Facebook, just let me see for 1 minute and 2 minutes. And what happens? You're on the Facebook for next 1 hour. You think, let me see this 5 minutes of TV serial, for 10 minutes of TV serial. You start on the television and then you're not in your control. You continue seeing for 2 hours and 3 hours. Discipline determines your level of success. Are you disciplined? If you say 5 minutes of Facebook, 5 minutes of Facebook, I'm not telling don't do it. These are all things to cherish in life, use in life. Technology is there to be used. Don't get used by technology. Please use technology for your growth and don't get used up by technology. The Facebook is there so that you can use consistently and continuously. They will earn money. But what about you? So we all go to see cricket match and we applaud for the players. My favorite is Dhoni. I cheer him and do everything. But in cheering for him, they are disciplined. Look at the discipline that Dhoni has. Look at the discipline Virat Kohli has. And these disciplines have taken them to the next level. So please understand, it is discipline. Go and enjoy the game, but get inspired by these players on how disciplined they are. You will come through many situations where you will have multiple options, 5 options, 6 options, and 7 options in hand. You need to be disciplined to understand which problem do you want to solve in the world. Maybe you can solve all. I'm not telling you can't solve it all, but are you disciplined enough to say no? You need to have focus in life. That's my favorite word, focus. Focus. Focus on what is the challenge you want to take up. What is the situation you want to handle? What is the problem you want to solve for the world? And for that, you need discipline. Focus is the ability to say yes to the one and the discipline to say no to the other 99 opportunities. So it's very important. You need discipline in life. And for discipline, you need focus. And focus is really important. Okay, next one, please. And let me tell you, I became little indisciplined again after a point of time when I started to do new things in my chartered accountancy. Okay, I started to get clients who used to pay me 20, 25 lakhs way back in 2010, 2011. And one of my biggest client, single client, he used to, annual billing used to be 25 lakh rupees. And I said, okay, again, my life is set. I got again into the comfort zone. And life has its own way of disturbing you or unsettling you. And I was prepared because my estimation was that the billing was growing year on year. From what started as 5 lakhs, it became 10 lakhs and 20 lakhs and 25 lakhs. So I was pretty much sure that next year the billing from this client will go to 40 lakh rupees. So I got in people, random people, just whoever was available, and started to build the team. And suddenly I get a call from the client and telling, hey, Sunil, thank you so much for your services, but I think we need to move on. We need to find a different person now because whatever was the reason. Let me tell you, I became mad because I took up a new office, got the interiors done, built a team of 20, 25 people. I did not even come to office for one day. I was walking on the streets, not knowing from where to pay salary. I've taken so much of loans to build everything. And what have I done? And 7 days I was just walking in the roads, crying, not knowing what to be done. And then, yeah, emotions are good. Sometimes it all comes out because I cannot come back and tell my office what I was going through. I cannot come back and tell my office we've lost a client. But that was a very important thing for me to learn that don't get into comfort zone. And then again, I started to rebuild. I again got into discipline. I said, never ever to give up discipline in life. And when you get into discipline, there are very important things. The first, whenever you want to build a business, let me tell you the different mindsets, 4 different levels of mindset. One is an employee mindset. Second is a self-employed mindset. Third is a business mindset. And fourth is a mindset of organization. And fifth is a brand, right? So I'll just tell the 4 today and for us to understand how to build it and how can you build it. So first and foremost is employee mindset. The employee mindset is you go to a job, take the money and run your life and you're not bothered about risk. The risk is only the risk of your job. You need to perform to the level that is expected by the management to the organization, and you're safe and secure. You get your job, you get your pay, you get your money. And then again, I've seen people who get 1 lakh, 10 lakhs of salary still not because they're still not disciplined in handling money. But then yes, that's an employee mindset. You're not bothered about anything but your own job. Then you get into self-employed mode. As human beings, we want to take risk naturally. So you maybe some of us have taken the jump of faith or leap of faith. You give up the job and you start your business and you're only one person. You're only one person in the business and you start thinking on how can I take money equivalent to what I used to draw as salary. And from the employee mindset, you get into the self-employed mindset. Again, it is still self-employed because you're paying salary to yourself. You're not thinking big. You're still thinking that money required to run my own family. And that's the second stage where I got in. I had team of 2, 3 people, but the whole mindset was how much money can I earn so that my family is safe? Not looking for abundance, but just that thoda paisa. கொஞ்சம் காசு இருந்தா போதும் ஆசை ஆமா இருக்கு ஒரு Mercedes Benz வாங்கணும். And this is the time where actually one of my friend came and told me, I told him one day I'll own a Mercedes Benz. He smiled at me and told me நீ போற ஸ்பீட்ல Mercedes Benz தெரியாதுமா Mercedes Benz screw கட்டாயமா வாங்கிடுவேன். So I still remember that joke and I called recently my friend and told now I have the money to buy a Mercedes Benz. So just to tell you that discipline is important. So the self-employed mindset again is yourself. Business. For business, you need team. For business, you need people. You really want to scale up and go to next level, you need to discipline people, and disciplined people will come to discipline people. So first and foremost, you need to be disciplined for your team to be disciplined. And once the team is coming into place, you need to build up through disciplined thought, discipline in idea, and then discipline in execution. So this is very important. Starting now, as students, as whatever position you are in, start thinking these three things. Disciplined people, disciplined thought, and disciplined action will get you the results in life. You need discipline. I'm not telling don't have fun. There's time for everything and everything in its time. There's place for everything and everything in its place. You come to the college, in the classroom, study. You're gone off, you're in the canteen, have fun. You're in the playground, play. A time for everything and a place for everything. That's very important. And in that time, do that thing. In that place, do that thing. It's a very important. I'm not telling don't have fun. Have fun. When I play, I play. When I play music and dance, I dance. But when I work, I work. So it's very important. You need disciplined people, disciplined thought, and discipline in action. And that's exactly what helped me, because those challenges what I faced made me very disciplined, and that helped me to help other entrepreneurs in business. Because in BNI, every businessman is a rule maker. You set your own set of rules, but then you need discipline for everybody to follow one form, one rule. And that's exactly what helped me discipline to bring these 900 entrepreneurs. And some of them, their net worth is at least 10 times and 100 times more than me. Some of them are worth 100 crores and 200 and 300 crores. And I'm still aspiring to reach there. But this discipline is holding all of them together. The discipline of rules is very important. The discipline that you have to do certain things the way it has to be done is very important. So what are the discipline that you want to follow? Maybe waking up 5 o'clock in the morning, keeping yourself fit, loving your family, talking to your dad, mom, cherishing your friends, family is also a discipline. Reading books daily. What is the book that you want to read? Read a book on money, read the book on leadership, reading books on management, reading books on your technical expertise that you want to focus on. The next technology that's going to come in. Do you have a discipline to do this on a daily basis? That's called dinacharya. It's a concept from India. Dinacharya. Daily do something. You can be an expert in something, doing n number of things, n number of ways. But then discipline is doing one thing the way it has to be done on a daily basis. It is not regular. I've heard people come and tell me I exercise regularly. Regularly means once in a week or twice in a week. Can we make discipline in whatever we're doing on a daily basis? Read one page, two page, but daily, right? So it's very important. So discipline people, discipline thought, and discipline action. Because if you want to go to next level, you need teams. Next slide, sir. Teams, right? So if you want to excel in business, in entrepreneurship, to make your business a brand, an organization where the world can look up to, you need people. And let me tell you, you don't build a business. You cannot build your business, but you can build people, and then people build your business. Now, in the college, in the school, wherever you are, look about human relationship. What are the teams that you are building? I want all of you to write, if you can write it. You are the average of the top five people you move around with. You are the average of top five people you're moving around with. Who are the people you're moving around with? When I was in school in my fifth standard and sixth standard and early seventh standard, I used to be a backbencher. Used to be sitting with all my friends in the backbench. It is not that they're not intelligent. I'm not telling backbenchers are not intelligent. In fact, backbenchers are more intelligent. It is just that the direction of their intelligence is naughtiness. We are very naughty. We used to play pranks on students, on teachers, on principal also sometimes. And I used to get beaten up. And let me tell you, because I was sitting there with those people, turn of events, some situation happened. From the last row, I started to come in the first row and started to sit. In seventh standard, somewhere in the half yearly exams. End of 10th standard, I was a school topper, a gold medalist. Topper in out of five subjects in CBSE, I was a topper in four subjects in the school. 12th standard, I was again topper in four subjects out of five subjects in the school. Again, a gold medalist. Went on to become chartered accountant, and whichever course I did, I went on to excel in everything. Why? You are the average of the. Who are the people you're moving around with? Who is your team? What is your team? Is your team disciplined? Is your team talking great ideas? Build your people, build your team. And again, discipline people. Discipline thought will lead to discipline action to get you the dreams that you want to achieve. Dreams don't become reality. You need a team for those dreams to become reality. And for that, again, the why is important. So this deck will be available with principal sir. If anybody would love to have this deck, just take this. But just to follow, let me tell you, ideas are free. Implementation is the key. Take notes, and you can't implement all the thoughts, all the ideas. You can't learn swimming without getting into a swimming pool. You can't learn business without ever getting into business. Start small, and then you can make it big. But look at how can you build your team. And like I started my business with an investment of 25-30 rupees. I had the 25-30 rupees, went to the shop owner in the school time, went and took credit for him for I gave him a deposit 25 rupees, got products for 50 rupees, and said I'll come back and give it, this my address, this my home, and got the credit. And from that 50 rupees of credit I made 100 rupees, and I came back and gave 50 rupees and got a credit for 100 rupees. From that 100 rupees credit I built it to 200 rupees, and this is how you start building. And I was doing it alone. Alone you can do only this much, but together we can achieve. Together everybody achieves miracle. That's a team. Everybody can achieve miracle. And when I say team, when a team works, it is not just I alone get it. Everybody in the team benefits. And that's the win-win situation. You don't build a business. You build people, and then people build your business. And that's very important. So what is your team? Are you working on building a team? And for that, again, human relationship is important. Are you a compassionate person? Are you a loving person? Do you care about people? Do you put other people ahead of you? Or it's you ahead of everybody else? Are you putting others' interest ahead of your interest? Yes, in the process you will earn more. But then you need to take care of your team. Are you building your team with care, love, but very important, discipline? It doesn't mean I love people and I can handle, no. People whom I'm close to, they know that I love discipline and I also love them. I have my Guru Mahatriya. He always says this line: "For me, everybody is special and nobody is special." Right? And if you can go on YouTube and you can listen to him, he has a lot of lectures on entrepreneurship and all those things. Mahatriya. So everybody is special and nobody is special. Everybody who is right is special, and nobody is special. If you do something wrong, then you're not special. So please be on the right side so that you are special to me. And that's exactly what I tell. Hey, be on the right side, be disciplined, and come up in life. So are you building teams? And let me tell you, today, if I'm doing multiple businesses, there are a few of my friends who joined in attendees. This is my team. They are my team. I put vision and goal, and they go out and achieve. And in the process, I gain and they also gain. And that is what leadership is all about. That is what business is all about. Business is not just about earning money. Business is about expanding yourself, is building yourself and building the people around you. So please build your people around you, because they will help you to build you and your business. Next slide, sir. Right. And let me tell you, in this whole process, so the biggest challenge you will ever face is human beings. Right? Because as human beings, we all have different wants at different stages, different needs. Yes, you will fail with your business. And let me tell you, business is an adventure sport. Never take failure as end. Failure is an event. You are not, as a human being, a failure. I've failed n number of times. I've failed in businesses. I've failed with people. I've failed my teachers many a times. But then every time I've taken that failure as a stepping stone. A failure is a lesson. A failure is an event. It is not you as a person who is a failure. And I find that sometimes people who failed in one event and they start to think, I don't think I'm made up for entrepreneurship. I don't think I can do business. And that's the biggest failure. If you ask me, the biggest failure is never to try, never to put effort. If you're not going to put effort, then 100% you're failed. But when you put effort, there are 50% chances of success. So please understand, if you're failed in the first event, it's fine. Failure is only an event. But if you can learn from failure, it's an experience. If you're not going to learn from failure, that is your failure. Every failure, every situation in life is coming to train you, teach you something new, because life is the greatest teacher. Life is coming and putting those stumbling blocks, the stones in front of you, the blocks in front of you, maybe sometimes to protect you. It is God's way of telling you that, hey, maybe you need to take a turn here. Have faith in Him. Believe Him. I wanted to be a scientist. I was the school topper in 10th standard in every science, physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics, except for the English and Hindi. I actually pretty much scored 100 on 100 on everything. So, but God had his better plans. God told me, no, you're going to become a chartered accountant. I loved numbers, that's what I did, but I never learned or loved any of the commerce subjects. Then God has better plans. God had better plans because let me tell you why I wanted to be a scientist. And way back in 1980s, we used to have that was the time of problems from China and Pakistan was huge. I wanted to become a scientist and wanted to create tons and tons of missiles and put it left and right of India. Left is whatever, which side you see, Pakistan and China. But then God thought maybe if I solve all the problems for the world, what will nobody's going to pray to God. So God made me a chartered accountant to play with numbers. But just to tell you, God has always better plans for you. So if sometimes you don't succeed, put your head up and say, I know God, you have a better plans for me. So God destroys your plans not to disturb you, not to test you, because He has better plans for you. And have faith. His plans are always right for you. So failure is only an event. It is not you who's a failure. And I've failed n number of times. I failed n number of times. But every time I fail, I bounce back big. I look at, okay, what is the lesson I've learned in this event? What is it that I did not see? Maybe in the planning stage, maybe in the execution stage, what was it that we did not implement the way it has to be implemented? Where was I indisciplined? Where did I take certain things for granted? So failure is only telling you and teaching you something new. In this situation, people come and ask me and they tell me it is testing times. I only tell them it is filtering times. Just that. These times come to expose the best and the rest. That's all. Every situation, if like this comes in, what we are facing through, to expose the best and the rest. In the market, 60% of the business is going to die down. So is it the look at the 40% who's still growing? What is it that they have got, they have learned from their failures and still growing? And what are many of the people who have failed and never wanted to get up again? So what if they did not learn? So failure is an event, it's a stepping stone to your success. And let's look at Thomas Alva Edison. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 things that do not work. 10,000 times. And there's one more story which goes that Thomas Alva Edison, his whole factory burnt. Whole factory. All his inventions burnt. And his son and wife were standing next and they were like crying. And the people were putting down the fire. And Thomas Alva Edison was smiling. And his son said, does it not disturb you? He smiled, looked at his son and said, all my mistakes are getting burned. That's it, over. Now I'll begin afresh. I know what mistakes I did. All my mistakes are burned. Maybe God wants that I should not remember all my mistakes and look forward in life. And that's called positive attitude. We need to have a real positive attitude. Let me tell you, I as a human being go through tough times. Even now I go through some situations where I cannot handle situations, some certain situations, because I keep getting calls from uh, my friend's father, he expired, my friend's brother, lot of calls coming that way. And I need the team. If you look back, the team is important. The team is your emotional support. You as human beings, we as human beings will go through tough times. We cannot be on a same emotional level of happiness, joy, and celebration. We will go through our times where God will test us. This is the team that will help you to bounce back from failure. You need a team. But then the team is built also by failing a number of times. And let me tell you, these times test you to find out who are your real friends, who is your real team. And let me tell you, when I went through my losses, I found my real team. I found my friends. Because not everybody who calls you a friend is a friend. Right? So this is certain things very important. Next is priorities. The next slide is priorities. So let me again connect the dots that lot of opportunities. Let me tell you right now, every person who is into business today is now getting into the business of making mask. Making mask. That's it. Everybody has closed their business and telling that, hey, that's a requirement. So let's start manufacturing masks. Good. But how long will this business continue? Are you sure this business will continue? Do you know that there is a future for this business? Is this my priority? Or I found that in these times the priority is to help entrepreneurs, people who are doing business and don't know what to do. Can we do something like that? And this is certain things which I just want to tell, that what is a priority in life? Happiness, joy, celebration. What is the priority that you want, that maybe 50 years from now when you sit down and think about it, and you can say to yourself, you made right choices. Always keep your priorities straight and your mind on the right side. Never take your eyes off the ball. If you're playing a cricket, that's what my coach will always say. Never take your eyes off the ball. Keep your eyes on the ball. So very important. So what is it that you focus on? And is your priority always your priority? Yeah, I understand you need distractions, but are you distracted, or you just distraction? So please understand, you need to get attracted to your goals and distracted from what is not your goal. Okay, so it's very important, but are you keeping your priorities straight and clear? Right now, let me tell you, there's so many business opportunities that's coming in my way. People call me and tell me, hey, I want you to be on my board of directors. And I tell them, why? Why do you need Sunil? I can be your friend and still help you. Why do you want to take me to your company? Because my values and your values, my why and your why is not matching. It's fine. You can take Sunil as a consultant, but don't keep Sunil into your organization, because maybe today you find it's going to be convenient that two of us can come together. But in the long run, because you're doing business for money, I'm doing business for relationship, for happiness, to impact the world. They're two different parallels, and then it's not going to work. In the short term, it may look rosy and good. So I'm very clear on my priorities. I'm not going to get inside everything where it is not going to help the society in the long run. It's not just for making money. By helping the society also you can make the money. By bringing the right product and service in the market, you can help the society and also make money. There is ethical ways of earning money, and there are non-ethical ways of making money. And when I went through my losses in 2007, my one of my school teachers, she came and told me, my very close teacher. She was my English and geography teacher. She came and told me, if Sunil Sethi has to go through this, then must be Sunil Sethi is doing something really wrong. I said, no, ma'am, I'm not doing something wrong, but I'm not doing what the world is doing. I'm a chartered accountant and I practice ethically. I don't believe in under the table, over the table. I believe in doing the work and getting money for the work that I've done. Let me tell you, ma'am, one day I'll come up in life the right way. Last month, just before the lockdown, I called my English ma'am to my office. I showed him and showed her all the trophies I've got, and I showed her what I've achieved in life. I said, I'm so proud of you. And just again looked at her and told her, ma'am, if you remember, I gave you a promise, I'll come up in life the right way. And I kept my priorities very clear. I will never ever do something wrong to come up in life. There are right ways to come up in life, and you know the right way of coming up in life when you can sleep peacefully, when you have your priorities right. What is the use of earning so much of money and not getting sleep at night? Money can buy the bed, but can money buy sleep for you? So for me, my money is even buying sleep for me. So that's very important because my priorities are very clear. I'm here to help business. I'm here to help people to see that how they can expand, they can grow. So keep your priorities very clear, very early in life, and that will help you in the long run. Next slide, sir. Motivation is what gets you started, but commitment is what keeps you going. And that's why I told you, you need to be with real set of people who will keep motivating you, people who will come and tell you on the face you're wrong. They don't For me, a friend is one who can tell me, Sunil, you're wrong on the face, and not go behind and talk behind me. He's not my friend. A friend is one who can come and tell me on my face, you're wrong, Sunil, you made a mistake here. For me, he is my friend. But someone who is going to go and talk behind my back and say, I think Sunil was wrong here, is not my friend. So you need some real good friends in your life, because they will keep you motivated at all point of time. And yes, business, if you want to get into entrepreneurship in business, you need to be a self starter, not a kickstarter. Because if every time I have to come and kick you so that you can run, then you cannot be an entrepreneur. Because in entrepreneurship, you need a self-motivating, self-inspiring. You need to keep patting on your own back. Many a times, world will not even recognize that you've done so much of good. Please understand, you need to keep yourself self-motivated. You need to be self-starter. That's why you need to watch some videos, read books, which will keep you on the positive side of and positive frame of mind. Keep talking to friends who are positive, who will push you to achieve greatness, who will push you and keep telling you you are talented, you can do more in life. I know my Guru Mahatria, every time I go to him and it comes and I report to him on whatever I'm doing. He'll come and smile and tell me, I think you can do more. So for me, that's a motivation. You need maybe your own teachers there who come and tell you. In fact, I went and told my teachers who used to beat me in school, thank you. Because they beat me, I went and I studied more. They kept me motivated. Not get beaten up, I studied and I came up in life. Sometimes those challenges are important, but you need to keep yourself self motivated. In business, I need to keep myself motivated. And I told you, many times I go through situations and challenges. Yesterday, my son asked me, yesterday, do you think you should be getting into this business? Because we are not seeing any money there. I said, you're looking at money, I'm looking at impact. Yeah, keep yourself in positive frame of mind. You will see money also flowing in. So you need to be having that self-faith. Faith is important. Faith in self and faith in your God is very important. But motivation will get you started, but commitment. Here I like to tell a story what happened during Chennai floods, and I cannot forget that incident ever in my life. And that is a level of commitment. So in our office, and we had an office in Egmore in Chennai at that point of time, and Chennai floods, we announced holiday. And next day morning at 9:15, I get a call, and that's my partner Rinku. She calls and says, "Where are you?" I said, "I'm at home." And I asked, "Where are you? Where are you?" She says, "I'm outside the office and I want keys." I said, "You've gone mad. The whole Chennai is flooded with water and we announced holiday. How did you reach even there?" She had to walk, she had to take auto, she had to do everything to reach office. You know why? She made a commitment to a client. And that's why you need a team like that, which can inspire you. My team inspires me. My team keeps me committed. My team keeps me motivated. It's my friends around me who keep me motivated and commitment. Sometimes you as a human being, me as a human being, will lose our way. We lose our motivation and commitment. But it's a team that keeps you motivated. So thank you so much to my partners, and especially to Rinku. She keeps me motivated every day. Today I came to office and I saw her goals and said, okay, fine. So she has put her goals. So how can I ensure that she goes on to achieve her goals? Because in achieving her goals, she is going to help the organization achieve organization goals. And that's what motivation and commitment can do to all of us. And when we did that, let me tell you, when I reached office, I was safe. I was in my home, safe, no waterlogging in my home, around my home. But when I came out and saw the situation for Chennai, we in fact pushed all the laptops, computers, desktops, everything in one corner. We converted, turned the whole office into a warehouse. We started calling people who can help. We used to get food supplies, water supplies, bed sheets early morning, 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock. I was standing there and lifting and doing everything that we can do. For next 1 week to 10 days, we were actually focusing on how can we get Chennai back on track? How can we help people? So even now, in these times, we are doing what we can do to help the immigrant workers and provide food for them. So a lot of things that's happening, and this is again very important. You need an inspired team. You need inspired people who can inspire you around you, and then it can help you to be committed in life. So friends, be a self-starter. Don't be a kickstarter. And in fact, when you lose your self-start, you need some of your friends to come and pick you and start you. So you have friends like that around you who have the courage to come and tell you on the face you're wrong. With the intention to help you, not with the intention to put you down. That's again very important, right? And lastly, I want to do certain things. Next slide, sir. Right, value add. In whatever you're doing, always look for adding value to people around you. How can you add value in the lives of the people around you? Everything that you do, it should add value to the people around you, to the world, to the society at large. Get into certain businesses which is ethical, which is moral, which is environmental. So we need to get into certain things where you can still create value for people and still help the environment, help the society. The money that you earn, you're earning for the society. The moral responsibility. I want to impact lives of others. I want to, as a child, I didn't have any of these opportunities. What many of you students are getting, many of you are getting, it's an amazing opportunity. Recently, I was invited in Etheraj College to speak, and then after finishing the speech there, one of the girls she came close to me and she said, "Sir, I have an idea, but I don't know how to start into business." And that made me into thinking that so many people in this world have ideas. What are we doing? Are we really going to help them to build their business? So here I'd like to share. So it's just coming up. So me and my set of friends were thinking that we want to help students. We want to help budding entrepreneurs. We're going to have an idea competition. If you have an idea to start a business, if you have an idea which can be converted into business, we want to help you. We want to see that how can we help you become an entrepreneur? How can we ensure that you have an idea which is an environment friendly, which can help the society, with $1 million idea, which can help you and impact the whole society. So we are going to very soon launch this web portal where your ideas will be there. We will screen the ideas. We are a set of entrepreneurs who have actually come from zero and we have come up in life and we know how difficult it is. We all have dreams, but we need a platform to help us to make those dreams a reality. So very soon, and maybe I will start from your college, your institution, because my first session to come as a speaker started from your organization. So for that, I'd like to thank the whole management of your college. And we will be having a competition, a festival kind of a thing, where all your ideas, you can put the ideas into a box, or we are going to have a web portal where you can put the ideas, and your ideas will be screened. And if it is a business friendly idea where it can be a business, we want to sit with you, see that how can we help you to get the necessary support that can convert that idea into a business. So that one little girl, I don't even know her name, she came and asked that question and she was lost in the crowd. And that's the power of questions. She came and asked me, sir, I have an idea of doing business, but do you know where can I go with these ideas? So friends, if you have an idea to become an entrepreneur, we will be very soon launching a platform where we can sit and talk and see how can we create more entrepreneurs. And I have a strong belief. It is not the military power which will make India a superpower. It is not the military power which will make India a superpower, but it is the businesses that make superpower. America, US, has the largest number of billionaires. The biggest companies come from US, and that's what makes America the superpower, the US the superpower. If we can start into business, help the entrepreneurs, and help them to go to the next level, and they become super rich, and that's when India can become superpower. So, friends, I'm on this journey to see how India can become a superpower in whatever capacity I can do it. And yes, if your dad is already doing business, he has some ideas. We are now not going to keep it restricted to students. We are going to go to employees because we found many of the employees have lost job. And maybe it can be an opportunity for them, an opportunity in disguise. That they can come into entrepreneurship, and how can we partner with them, help them to take their business to the next level. So, just want to end with some few final things. Next slide. Right. So if anybody has any question, and I have two more slides after that. Any questions, please? Sir, can you just make someone?
Yeah, we'll see that, sir.
Yeah. So if anybody has any questions, please, you can put it in the Q&A box. I think I did justice to, because some of the students from Chennai and
Yeah.
also from Google, thank you so much. I had to use that. Any questions you have, please.
You can get it from Q&A.
Okay, there are no questions in Q&A. Okay, what are the major steps to be taken before starting up a business?
Yeah.
Okay, again, thank you so much, Chris. I can only read the name Chris. Okay, so one major step, if you ask me, is are you willing to take risk? That's a major risk. That's it. Major step. You need to jump into a swimming pool to learn swimming. But if you can understand this, okay, I do not know the background of people. If you have a family, then there's a different way to start a business. If you are an individual, right, in the age bracket of 21, 22, I will just say that start doing something. Maybe the first 3 years work in corporate, 3 to 4 years work in a corporate, learn the corporate structure. The one thing which I always think that, hey, what I could have done differently, what one thing I should have done differently was I never went to a corporate. If I would have gone to a corporate, learned a lot of things from the corporate, and maybe that could have helped me to speeden up my entrepreneurship journey. Because when you go to this corporate, you know the systems, the process, the discipline, and all those things come up very early in life. So if you really want to get into a business, get into a corporate or the into a corporate where you can learn something really. Join a job for learning. Don't join a job for earning. Very important. Go take up a job for learning so that this 3 to 4 years can actually be a jump start to your career. jumpstart to your next journey for entrepreneurship. And that is one thing which I will definitely recommend. So if you really want to get into a job, if you're already working, if you're already into a job, good, I'm very happy. But then how are you going to do it? Now, idea. Okay, ideas are of no use if it's just going to be an idea. So if you really want to take up and do into a business, idea plus the disciplined people plus the disciplined action. So if you see that first, discipline, are you disciplined enough? Because business is going to be really tough. So now let me tell you, this is for the students. So first job should be into a corporate, learn the corporate way. So if you've been working already into a corporate and now you want to get inside business, then what to be done? So if you're working into a corporate and now you want to get inside business, you need to have business. For a business to really take off, it will take 2 to 3 years. It is not that today you start the business and you will make tons and tons of money. It is not going to be easy. So it is going to take some time for you to make money. So if you already have a family to support, do you have provision that today you put money into business and everything is lost and still your family can sustain the same level of expenses that they have for at least 2 to 3 years? Because let's understand that family is more important than anything else. But I'm not telling don't get into the journey. And maybe let me tell you why human beings are important, why teams are important. I don't have all the strengths, but my team has all the strengths together. And that's again why you need a team. Always bring in the team people with different strengths. Why? Because we complement for each other. But if all of us have the same strengths and same weakness, the team is going to fail very soon. So whenever you're building your business, build your team with complementary skills and talent, and that will help you to sustain in the business for a long, long time. And yeah, keep tap of your. One thing I find for businesses is financial literacy. Accountancy is very important part, but accountancy is not financial literacy. They're two different things. So maybe some other day, if you ask me and call me, what is financial literacy? Because that is a 2 to 3 hour session. I can explain to you why money and knowledge of money is important. Right? Yes, multiple ideas can be worked upon, but what stage you are in? If you are in first business, don't work on multiple ideas, one at a time. Once you have a set model of business running and your team can run that business, go on to the second idea and build a team around the second idea. The first business may take 3 to 4 years for a team to build and business to become on autopilot mode, at least 4 to 5 years. The second idea you can take up after 5 years, and now it may take only 3 years because you made enough mistakes to learn in the first business. And now the second idea will only take 2 to 3 years, the third idea, the fourth idea. And suddenly you find that pretty much in a year you can start doing 2 ideas at a time. So very important, first have you learned the lessons. And life is long, you don't have to do everything. Let me tell you, you don't have to do all the products in the world to become super rich. Apple is started only with one product, and today Apple is a brand by itself. Microsoft can do so many software, so many things, but they only started with very, very simple softwares. Right? So it's very important to understand maybe that one idea. Facebook was only in one idea, right? Facebook. Now suddenly they are acquiring WhatsApp and all those things. So first initially focus on one idea and then start working on it. And maybe if you have multiple ideas, sit with the mentor, talk with them, which one idea you need to implement, which is a priority, and then it can be taken forward. Exactly. Believing starting business is never tough. Starting business is never tough because starting business is the easiest thing. To get inside business is easy, but to come out of it successful is the most difficult task. Brilliant, Navneet. Thank you so much. Right? Business is not a hard task, but maintaining it and going with it for a longer period is necessary. How can we go with the post-startup difficulties? The post startup difficulties, that is why you need to go to a mentor, go to people who have been in business, seen business, sit with them, talk to them. When I started my journey, let me tell you, I became chartered accountant in 97. For 1 year I went to n number of people and nobody would actually come and tell me, Sunil, you should do this and don't do this. For 1 year I struggled to start even my practice because I didn't know whether should I go for a job or go and start my own practice. I cleared in July 1997 and I started my firm in 1st of June 1998. Pretty much for 1 year, I didn't know what to do. So these times you have a lot of people to support, a lot of organizations to support. Your college, look at this. Why should your college put in effort to bring speakers from outside to do something like this? Today, educational institutions are promoting entrepreneurs. So thank you to your institution. You must say thank you. Gratitude is an amazing attitude. You must have that attitude of gratitude. So please talk to these people. Can we start up any business with negative capital? If so, which type of startup we can move? Never start up your business because you will need money to start business. And if not, To start business, to sustain business, you need money. Nothing comes for free. Nothing comes for free. We need to understand. Today, maybe Sunil can come and tell you, hey, I can be your consultant. Do you think Sunil is going to come free of cost? Nobody comes free of cost. But yeah, my priorities are different. I'm going to help you earn 1 crore and then charge you 1 lakh. But somebody else may be helping you to earn 1 crore and may charge 10 lakhs. So again, everything and everybody needs money. To do charity, we need money. To help someone, we need money. In fact, recently someone came and told me, I want you to be on board of directors. And I told him, I'll be on board of directors, but whatever is my income that you're going to give me, you need to give it to a charity. So I may not come and take money from you, but I may ask you to put the money into a charity. So everything and anything needs money. And let me tell you, today, if you go to a hospital to take oxygen, you need money. Oxygen is not free. So you need money. So you cannot start with negative capital. But yes, from the negative capital, you can come out. When I came 2007, I was in losses. I was minus 4 crores. After selling all home, everything, I was down by 4 crores. I had to work for 7 years as a chartered accountant, ethically, work smart, really hard. And then in 2014, I paid off everything that I could pay off. Everything has been paid off. And today I'm on my rebuild story. Today I can actually, before COVID, I was looking to buy a home for myself. So just want to tell you that it is, yeah, you can do. Sometimes it is, if God is benevolent, if God is great and with you, chances are you may click, but 99.99% you need money to start business, right? I would like to take at least 25 people and share them my business experience. Good. How to overcome competition from corporate giant when we begin as startups. Okay, I was just sharing this yesterday to my children. I used to go to tuition classes, and that time the professor, he used to tell, you need to come to me because I give you personalized coaching. And we used to be 10-15 students with him. Today, the same professor, when he takes classes, there are 1,000 students for whom he is taking classes in one shot, one batch. So I went and asked him, because he's also a chartered accountant. I went and asked him, sir, I still remember when I used to come to you, you used to say, I am the only one who can give you personalized coaching. And now you're telling we are the only one who handle 1,000 students at a time. Why this difference? He said, Sunil, business is all about marketing. Business is all about marketing. It's all about getting your word communication right in the market. If I come and tell you, I am a new professor wanting to teach you, nobody will come to me. But if I come and tell you, I will give you personal service, then people will come to me. So it's very important. Never tell that, never be afraid of corporate giants, because corporate giants were also small at one point of time. It has taken Coke, Pepsi to become Coke, Pepsi and all these big companies in 20, 25 years, 30 years. So please understand, it is going to take time. My journey of rebuilding has started in 2014. If you really ask me, but my journey of entrepreneurship started in 2007. Till then, I'm a chartered accountant, cleared in 97, started my practice in 98, never focused on business, never thought business can be exciting. I was just doing what was coming, and life was pretty much set. In 2007, that shock moved me. I was in negative capital. The only way to come out of losses, if I have a loss of 1 crore, the only way to come out of losses is to earn 1 crore and 1 rupee. That is when you actually come out of losses. So you need to earn that money, and then only it can actually happen. So let me tell you, don't worry about competition. There is no competition if you are very clear. What is a product differentiator? Is your product and service different from what they are offering? So there's a number of opportunities. What could be the legal obligations to start business? Navneet, it is not easy in India to start business. It is not easy, because when you start business, you need a PAN number, you need a TAN number, you need to follow labor laws. In India, I can't even tell you the number of laws that are there. So that's what I said. Business is an adventure sport. Yeah, but when you start a business from zero, when you start, there are not so many restrictions when you start. Your restrictions or the situation starts when you start doing 20, 25 lakhs, 30 lakhs and 40 lakhs of business. And that is when it actually becomes a pretty much interesting thing. But legal obligations not many in the beginning. Well, if you're a solopreneur, you're going to start your own business alone, you want to take this journey forward, and you're a solopreneur, there's not so many of legal obligations. But yes, when you start to scale up, it's again, get inside the swimming pool and you want to learn swimming, you start with 4 feet, then go to the 5 feet, 6 feet, then you go to a river, lake, pond, whatever, to an ocean. So it is just the same with business. But let me tell you, how many of you have gone to beach? If right? There is an X number of population which goes to Marina Beach. Many of them just stay on the road, on the main road there, park their car, bikes, maybe come by auto, sit there, enjoy the fresh air, and go back. Many of them go to the sand, enjoy the sand, walk in the sand. Some of us go to the beach, wet our feet, and few of us go to the water, test those waters, and very, very rarely and few go deep into the ocean. Only those who go deep into the ocean get the pulse. They can enjoy the depth of. But yeah, it takes time, it takes courage, it takes resilience, it takes guts. So it's very important to understand that you will learn all of those things. You don't have to worry. And today, the ecosystem is very friendly. You have a lot of startup support systems, a lot of entrepreneur skill development programs by government itself. So there's just so many things which is there. So it is a robust system, and I would recommend that maybe start with something small. You don't have to do everything. Start from where you can start. Maybe make one product and start selling. So that's why the finance knowledge is going to be important. A long time back, I was invited by IIT to be on the panel of judges to see the inventions they were making and the viability of inventions that they have made for the students. And I found that many of the students who are scientists, they don't understand finance, they don't understand money, they don't understand costing, they don't understand whether this product will sustain in the market, whether this will be viable in the market, because the cost of manufacturing is too high, and then the competition product is very low in the market. So we need to have those kind of skill sets in life for us to understand. And if you don't have the skill set, that's why the team comes into the picture. Do you have friends around you who understand finance, who understand money, who understand marketing, who understand negotiation? Build a team around this. And please read a lot of books on autobiographies, maybe Ratan Tata's, Ambani's, Steve Jobs. Read those autobiographies. That will keep you motivated, inspired. Steve Jobs went through a phase where he didn't have food for days together. He didn't have money to have food. He went to an ISKCON temple, sat there in the temple, and there he had food. And sitting there in temple, he was inspired. Certain things changed in his mindset. So it's very important to understand that it is an adventure sport. Are you ready for playing this sport? That's very important. It's a sport. It's a game. It's a long-term game. It is not a short-term game. It is a game which will keep you motivated for your life. So it's a game. And take this as a game, right? Good. So, Principal sir, thank you so much for this opportunity. Time is 11:50. So, if any other questions, but before I end, before I end, I always end up with certain things that I want to share. So, if you can put up the screenshot, just two more slides to speak before I, because I love Abdul Kalam, and I know students love Abdul Kalam. I've been a student myself. I keep saying, if only such programs would have been there when I was a student, I would have I would have progressed much ahead in life. So thank you so much, Principal sir, for arranging such programs to the whole school management, because it is important to understand that this is what keeps all of us going. Right. The last two slides, and then I'll give it off to you, sir. Right.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
You have given wonderful and motivational talk to all the students, all the participants. I hope everyone will enjoy it.
Yes. And
You
before
share
I,
your life.
yeah. No, I just connected my life and the lessons I've learned in my life. In fact, I'm writing a book also now. But first level, I'm writing a book for students, the school
Okay.
students. My journey in school, and what are the lessons in school? Because I was the naughtiest child in the school. My principal came and told my class teacher, I don't want to see his face. He can stay in the school, but don't show his face to me. and,
Wonderful.
and the same principal, I met him, and he introduced his wife to me and said he's one of the brightest students in our school that we ever had. So to a position where to outstanding, always standing outside the school to become an outstanding student. So a lot of lessons I learned in my life, and which I want to speak to the students and say, teachers are not bad. The way we look at teachers is bad. Teachers are never wrong. The way we look at teachers is wrong. It is our fault, not their fault. They are always there to help us. They are always there to support us. We think that they are against us. No, they are for us. So those lessons in life, because till seventh standard, I used to think that teachers are against, teachers don't like me, teachers are partial. But then I understand that no, teachers are not partial. Teachers think I'm capable, but it is only that I'm not understanding that I'm capable. They can see what I can't see. So a lot of lessons and journey in my life I learned. So I want to share, and yeah, maybe very soon it's coming. I've written the whole manuscript. maybe need to script to the publisher after this COVID and see how we can take it forward. Right.
Yeah. So
Yes, sir.
on behalf of all the participants, I thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you all
Yeah.
the participants.
Yes. And yes, sir. So is it over? Just want to make one or two things because Abdul Kalam is my favorite person and Robert Frost. So just want to read these lines.
Yeah,
Miles, yeah, can you just get that screenshot? Last two screens. And so we will be having, as I promised, if you think entrepreneurship cell, last time we were talking about, I would, once this COVID is up and down, maybe I will come and speak to the students, people with ideas. I love to meet them. We will have competition and see that how we can come together. We as a fraternity of BNI, we have entrepreneurs from different backgrounds and different people, and we can see how mentoring can be done for the people who would love to come up in life, and also we can support them and guide them, right? So thank you so much, sir. So just want to end because these are two of my favorite last, just the last slide, you can just go just after questions. Yes, uh, slide number 15, slide number 15, one more. Yeah. So, miles to go before I sleep. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep. And miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. One. So please understand, this is a journey, it's not an end. There's no destination in entrepreneurship. This is just a journey, and enjoy this journey. And the next one, sir. Dream is not that you see in sleep. Dream is something that does not let you sleep. Dream, dream, dream. Dreams transform into thought, and thoughts result in action. So, very important, please follow this. Dream is not that you see in sleep. Dream is something that does not let you sleep. So, second one, dream, dream, dream. Dreams transform into thoughts, and thoughts result in action. And the last slide, sir. It's not about ideas, it's about making ideas happen. So, entrepreneurship begins with an idea, but ideas are nothing without implementation. So, thank you so much, sir. Thanks a lot. And before I end, just want to, I always end this way. I know 1 hour has been good. You must have learned something. But in the chat box, I want all of you to take up one action point, one thing which you will implement today. Because ideas are free, implementation is the key. What is that one thing you will implement today? Maybe in your personal life, discipline, whatever it is. So if you ask me, let me tell what are the things I've told. Ideas are free, implementation is the key. Begin with why. What is your why? Why do you want to get into business? Why do you want to get into business? And the bigger the problem, the bigger the motivation for you to solve, and bigger the benefits that you will have. Now, growth is always outside of comfort zone. Growth is never in the comfort zone. So are you willing to put your life in transition, put your life always in a discomfort zone to see that your life is consistently progressing? And business is an adventure sport. Risk is part of life. There's no life without risk, and there's no business without risk. The size of reward is dependent upon the size of the risk that you take. Disciplined people, disciplined thought, and disciplined action. You are the average of the top 5 people you move around with, you go around with. Who are the people you're going around with? People who are disciplined, people who are growth oriented, people who are futuristic, people who are thinking ahead of you. Who is your friend? A friend is one who is capable of coming and telling you on the face you're wrong, and not the one who's going to come and talk behind your back that, hey, so for me, it's very important. If you are my friend, come and tell me on my face that, hey, Sunil, you need to improve here. And that's friendship for me. And yes, please do not forget, failure is a stepping stone to your success. Failure is an event. You as a person are never a failure. God believes in you, and that is why you're still alive. God believes in you, that is why you're still alive. If you're breathing, that means God believes you. And let us not forget motivation and commitment. You need to be self-motivated, you need to be self-started in life, and be committed in life. You need a team which can keep you motivated and committed. And lastly, never forget, we are here as human beings to add value to people, to society, to environment at large. Right? So thank you so much, sir. It was an amazing, because you made me go through my life in a short span. I never thought, and after when she told to me, I said, okay, you want me to speak? I don't even know the topic. So thank you so much. Thanks a lot. And let us collaborate and see how we can actually impact more people, more life, more societies. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you. Happy day. Thank you. Thank you, Amuda. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.